BWOne here from BWOne.com, and in this video we're going to do an in-depth walkthrough of TouchWiz here on the Samsung Galaxy S4. This is the most feature-packed version of TouchWiz to date from Samsung, and as you can see in this video, we go pretty long on about all the features that we can pretty much fit inside this 28-minute video. So definitely check it out, sit back and relax and see all the great features and a great walkthrough of the software on the Samsung Galaxy S4. Alright, let's take a look at TouchWiz on the Samsung Galaxy S4. This version of TouchWiz is based on Android 4.2 Jelly Bean, which is the latest version of Android that you can get available right now. It's pretty much one of the few devices that actually has 4.2 on it, and it's one of the few devices that launch with Android 4.2 on it. And with TouchWiz, sort of Samsung enhancements on it. Samsung does a really good job of sort of improving upon TouchWiz with every flagship phone they put out. So a lot of the features here were actually in the Galaxy Note 2 just a few short months ago, and they've taken what they've done in there and improved it upon in here, and you're going to see that in some of the features that I'll show you. We could actually start off here with the screen turned off with one of the cool features, because one of the big things about the TouchWiz is sort of the air gestures and motion features that you can use. One of the things you can do here is a cool quick preview. So you have the phone turned off here, and you just go up like that. Get a nice little quick preview of the time, your notifications, your battery life, all right then and there. And that actually came from the Galaxy Note 2, but what's improved with it actually is the fact that now, beforehand I can only show you basic things, but now it can show you Gmail, Words with Friends, Google Now. Beforehand I can only show you like text messaging, missed calls, and basic voicemails and icons and stuff like that. So Samsung's always improving upon what they had previously before. So that's pretty cool, but that's not the only thing that we're gonna see translate from the Note 2 onto the S4 here. Next thing here, we'll actually open up the lock screen. As you can see, some of the cool things with sort of the air gestures and airflow. It can actually sense my finger, and you can see the little glowing orb follow me without me even touching on the device, which is really cool. Cool wow factor for a lot of people. And that actually comes in handy with a lot of different things. So let's say I go down here to the notification section. I can actually preview different things. Even this works well with email. I just hover over an email, and you can see a little pop-up preview of what's in that email will show up right then and there. You can see there it does it as well too, which is pretty cool. It actually works with text messaging as well too. So without even touching the phone, you can actually get a quick idea of what that message says before if you really want to dive into it a little bit deeper, or if you can wait. Pretty nice stuff there. Let's actually turn this back on here. And you see I unlock it like that. You can hear the nice little sounds and bells and whistles. It's pretty cool stuff. Makes it a really neat experience, I feel. Now, as far as the main interface of TouchWiz, it's not too much different than from the previous versions on the Note 2 and the S3. Yeah, you still have your pretty much your home screens here with your widgets, and you can pinch and you can sort of add different home screens as you want to. You can add up to a maximum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I was about to say 8, but 7 home screens. You can remove them as you want to as well too. Just remember, if you remove any one that actually has some icons or information on it, you're gonna lose it forever. So you won't lose the apps, but it'll just be deleted. You can't bring that back. You'll have to reset up that home screen from scratch all over again. So go back here to hit home. You can add different widgets. Let's actually add a brand new home page here. Go to that one, and we'll actually go into where you can do different things like set your wallpaper, apps and widget, folders, page. Yeah, go to page, you can add another page just like that. Go into the app drawer here actually as well too. Show you how the app drawer looks. Very similar to what you've seen before. Not too much has changed with it. You have your widgets in a separate widget section as you see here. We'll actually bring one of the Samsung widgets over, which is I think the music one here. Drop it right down on there, and you can resize it as you want to, of course. Leave it like that. You don't want it anymore. Move it just that easy. One of the cool things I want to show you as well, let's actually drop another widget down just to show you. One of the cool things, as you can see here, they've actually enhanced it now where before you could only see just a block of your home screens, but now it gives you an idea of your different home screen layouts, and if you want to sort of move it around into different home screens, you can, but you get an idea sort of beforehand on how the different home screens are designed. I think that's a pretty neat feature there. Let's go ahead and move that back out. Go back in here into the app tray. It's pretty cool. Similar to what you've seen before. You can organize it in different ways. So if we want to do different view types. You can do an alphabetical grid, a customizable grid, which just basically goes based upon when the app was installed. And you can go like this, and you can organize this around. So if you want this to be down here, you can move it here. If you want this to be over here, you can move it over here just like that, and such and so on. Now the cool thing here is now you can create folders, or I actually created one right there, but I'll show you how one is created. So you basically go to the menu, hit create folder, and we'll call it test 2, hit OK. And you can see test 2 there. Now to add applications to that folder, what you need to do is you have to hit the menu button, you have to edit, and then you can drag the applications into there as you want to. So we'll just drag a couple here as an example. Grab Instagram in here like that. As you can see, as I'm highlighting over, as I'm holding down over each one of the applications, you get some more options as well to do. So you can, here at the top, you can create a folder, you can create a page, app info, you can uninstall it. All right, and you can also move it around to different parts if you want to as well too. So if I want it there, I can move it right there. And then once you're done, you want to make sure you hit save, because that's the only way to save, because if you don't, it won't save anything and it'll just go back to the way it was before. So you want to make sure you hit save, and there you go. And now you can access your apps and folders all within the app drawer, which is going to allow you now to sort of clean it up as you want to. You want to make it a little more organized, a little more compact, a little bit easier to get around if you don't want as many home screens, as you can see. But you still have the quick way to slide left and right to get to the different portions of the app tray, which is pretty cool. That's actually going back to the Galaxy S2 days. I remember seeing it on there. And the same thing here with the home screen as well too. You can sort of quickly swipe between all of them like that. Pretty nice, pretty nice, pretty nice, pretty nice. You can see there. Let's go over actually, let's go into the app. Let's go into settings itself. Actually, before we go to settings, let's actually go into notifications and show you some improvements here. Very similar to what you've seen before. You can swipe left to right to get rid of your notifications. You can stretch up and down as you saw me do before to get more information. That's just a double. Just touch a screen and swipe it down like that. Hopefully we get another email. I'll show you how that works, but if you didn't see it earlier in the video. But we can actually show you here. You have your quick access to all the different features and different quick settings that you can do, from Bluetooth, driving mode, smart stay, smart scroll, syncing, driving mode, air gestures, air view, NFC, so many things. And with just a quick button here, you can organize it around as you want to, and you can also just get quick access to it just right then and there to get them all on one screen to make it a little bit easier. You can edit like that, and it'll take you into the settings to edit the notification panel. So we'll go back here, and now we'll hit into settings. It's actually pretty cool. Now within settings, they've done a good job of sort of categorizing things out into 4 different tabs to make it a lot easier to sort of navigate the settings here. It's much easier for people to understand it. And what's nice about it is that they've actually gone and made sure they sort of explained what each setting does a little bit more here. So this is your connections, as you can see there, and you have your Wi-Fi, your Bluetooth, you have your data usage. You can go to more networks, and it gives you your airplane mode, mobile tethering, hotspot, VPN, stuff like that. Then down here we have a section called Connect and Share. You have NFC, and it tells you what NFC does, which I think is pretty cool. And you can go into a little bit more. It tells you about Android Beam and things of that nature. S-Beam gives you an idea what S-Beam does. You have nearby devices, which is DLNA, and you can turn that on to share via DLNA. Screen mirroring, you can share your device's screen with another device. I'll tell you what available devices can do with screen mirroring, if we can have that activated. We might even do that in a separate video to kind of show how cool that is. You have keys here via Wi-Fi. Next tabs, you go to My Device. You have your lock screen options, display, your LED indicator. You can change that around. You can add one around for low battery if we want to. Here you have your sound options, tons of sound options to give to you. They have laid out, and what you can see here is they've put a little bit text, a little bit explanation on each one of these just to give you a little more detail. So which is one of the things I really do like about it. Blocking mode is pretty cool because you can turn this off, notifications for certain features. So you can turn it on if you want to, and you can disable incoming calls or certain things at a certain time. Pretty cool if you're using this as a business phone. You want things to shut off at a certain time to not sort of notify you while you're trying to sleep or you're in the middle of doing something. It's pretty cool to have that. Power saving mode. Basically, you turn that on Gives you different options to choose: CPU power saving, screen power saving, and such. All right, see, we go back. Accessibility. It's pretty self-explanatory for people that are vision impaired, sort of the disabled and stuff like that. Kind of makes it a little bit easier to use the phone. You have talkback features, vision for font to make it a little bit better for people that can't see too well. You can switch to negative colors if you need to. Bring that back out. You have text to speech. Let's go back into there. Magnification gestures, text to speech, sound balance, mono audio, turn off all sounds, flash notifications, all sorts of things to help out the people that need accessibility options available for them. Go ahead and hit back here. Now we have the language and input. I've just changed that to, you can change different keyboards, and if you have different languages you want to type in, you can add that stuff here. You have smarts. Before I go to smart screen, we want to go to motions and gestures. This is where you can turn on all the different gestures, from the air gestures, motion, the palm. You can control your device by touching the screen with your hand, all those sorts of different things there. Control your device with the natural movements. You can do air gestures, by control your phone by making specific gestures with your hand above the center. Pretty cool. You can also, if things kind of get out of whack, you can go in here and do a little bit of a gyroscope calibration. Go ahead and hit back here, and go back one more, go back to here, and another thing that you can see, let's go down here, we go to smart screen. This activates smart stay, smart rotation, smart pause, and smart scroll. We're going to test all these features out, but what smart stay basically does, it's going to stay on as long as you're looking at the phone. You'll see the little eye light up. That's what I think you can see right above here. Just making sure somebody's looking at the screen. If you can tell that, it'll keep the screen on and it won't dim it or won't shut it off on you. Smart rotation will basically use it, it'll sort of orient the screen based upon how you're looking at it. So if you're looking at it a different way, if you got it on rotation like this here, but it's you're trying to track your face, basically is the easiest way to kind of say it, to make sure it keeps the screen oriented by the way you're viewing it without it sort of auto rotating on you out of nowhere. Smart pause will pause the video when you're not looking at it. That's the toughest one. I've been having a hard time getting that one to activate. Then you have smart scroll right here, which allows you to sort of look at it, and if you sort of look up and down, the page will scroll up and down. It just works pretty well inside the web browser. It's probably the best one to test it with. And you have different options to either using it by tilting your head or tilting the device. Select the speed of the scrolling and the visual feedback with it as well too. Go ahead and head on back out of there. Now we'll go down here so you can see the air view, which gives you options, which is that little hover feature I was doing before, which you can scroll there, a little hover feature I was doing like this here. Hopefully it might not pop up for this one. Now it won't, probably because it's not on the lock screen, but it gives you different options of how that hover works. For informational preview, progressive preview, speed dial preview, web page magnifier, sound and haptic feedback, and you can see each one of these options to give you a detailed description of what that option does. Same thing here with voice controls, incoming calls, chat on, alarm, camera, music. The camera works pretty cool. You can say smile and it'll snap the picture there for you. Go ahead and hit there and head on back out of voice controls. Accounts is simple, all your Facebook, Twitter, Google accounts you want to add. Then more sort of where they've dumped everything else. So just location and services is where you can turn on your different GPSs. Your security, if you want to add more security to it, encryption, verifying apps, allow it to install from unknown sources if you want to, device administrator. Your application manager here is where you can go in here and see what apps are running, downloaded on. You can go into them, dig into each one specifically. You can uninstall updates, force close, disable, or uninstall them from here. Sort of like also you can see what the permissions are. Sort of reminds me of like if you're using your Windows PC and you go into add or remove programs. Or programs and features is what it's called now. You go inside there. It's pretty much what application manager is. Here's battery. They didn't do too much to this as far as what it looks like. The typical battery manager. Just see mostly in Android. Storage options as well here, and this is one of the gripes I've sort of had with the Galaxy S4. This is a 16 gigabyte model, but you only get 9.62 gigabytes available, which is not a lot of storage considering it's 16 gigabytes, but you can obviously mount an SD card inside of it to get a little bit more there. Date and time and about device, and you go into here, gives you the versions of Android 4.2. Go into here, hold on to the bean, and you can flick beans around as you want to. As you can see there. All right, we'll head out of the settings here. I know we're a little bit in depth with that, but I really want you guys to see what all the features are here on the Galaxy S4, because there is a lot of things here. Another thing I can show you here is sort of the multi-window mode. All you need to do to activate that is hold down the back button, and you will see right here some apps that'll come up here that you can use in that mode. So let's say I have a Chrome browser open. Bring that up, and I put that there, and I need to go to a web page, but oh, by the way, I need to look at something on let's see, I need to look at something on in my on Google Maps for some reason. So I can bring that over. When I drag it, I can choose to put it at the top or put it at the bottom. Put at the top here, and now Google Maps shows up as well too, so you can organize those around as you want to. Oops. This is around here in Boston. Just gonna search around there. Pretty cool, and you can basically organize these as you want to. So if you want to switch the windows, you can do it just like that. If you want to make it one, you can just eliminate one like that. We can add another one here. We'll add this browser back here, and if you want to, you can X out of one completely like that. Pretty cool, and this little slide here will pretty much stay no matter which section you go to, and you can actually edit this as well too, and add different different items that you want to add in and out of tray. So if you don't want S memo, you can pull it out here. If you want S memo back, you just pull it back like that, and you can organize it around as you want to. Hit done, then you're all set. If you want that to disappear, just hold the back button again, and it disappears out just like that. So giving you more multitasking options. That was actually first seen in the Galaxy Note 2 as well. So pretty nice feature, I think, to have, honestly. And let's take a look at some of the Samsung S features. So one of the things I like here is the S Health, which I really like, sort of the way the app looks in general, nice and crisp, and just a nice refreshing look to it. But you can it sort of allows it has a bunch of different sensors here to allow to follow your walking patterns and things of that nature, your air quality. Let's see here, you can track your food if you want to. You can, cool thing about food trackers, when you add stuff, you can actually take a picture of the stuff that you've eaten throughout the day. Nice little reminder, makes it a little bit easier to track around. You can check the comfort level, so it'll vary out, and it is a bit high temperature inside the room. It's a little hot in here, and you can kind of tell that with the sensors inside of it. Let's bring that out there, and you can see how many calories I burn, calorie intake, weight, and stuff like that. And you can get a little bit of a tracker here. See how many steps, and it kind of let me see, go back here. You can see throughout each day how well you've done and stuff like that. And you do a little bit better tracking, obviously, here. But that's pretty much S Health, which is pretty cool. Let's actually go into the let's go back here into another one, which is S Translator. So this allows you to basically have a conversation. You can translate into different languages. So if you want to know how to say, let's say thank you. Say thank you, and we add that in there, and we go ahead and hit translate. Wi-Fi network's not available. Yeah, that's fine. You can just go ahead and connect, because you can use Wi-Fi to connect through, because it goes on the internet to pretty much use it translating for you, similar to what Google Translate does. So unaccepted exception. That's not good. Let's go ahead and try that again. There we go. So thank you, and you can see in Spanish it's gracias. And you can actually speak inside of it as well too. So someone can speak in Spanish, and it's going to translate out in English. You can have sort of your conversation that way. You can also share this out in the different messaging applications if you want to as well too. Pretty cool feature, I think, with it. A little bit of an enhancement to Google Translate, I kind of feel, but it's pretty nice that it's there. Let's go into another one, which is Story Album. This is where if you're taking your pictures, you have the GPS turned on, so it's tracking each picture that you take. When you take a picture, it can actually create albums based upon that. It will actually make suggestions based upon that as well too, and it creates a nice little cool album here. So you can see here I have one sort of set up with some pictures I was taking in downtown, and it organizes out a nice little photo album, and it gives you the dates and things of that nature. Pretty cool. You can see I went to the Celtics game the other day. All that sorts of stuff. And what's nice about that is that when you create those albums, you can actually send these albums out to be printed. think if you hold it down, no, let me go back one. But I know there's this option in there that if you want it to be printed out, let me go back. Let me see if I can find that thing. It might be in the menu button. You can change cover. Yeah, there you go. Print or order photo book. You can actually order them to be printed out. And I think there's a $5 or $10 per one. I'm not exactly sure, but if you want to order your photo book, you can do it that way, and they send it out and they'll print it to you. If you still use, still want physical pictures, which a lot of people still like. All right. Speaking of pictures, let's go into the gallery. Let's go into the gallery. Oh, I have this out of my order, which is why I can't find it. Let's go back to the order that I like, which is alphabetical grid. Go back into the gallery right here. Open that up here. I had it open up to the camera, which we'll get in the camera in just a second here. But let's go ahead and hit home back into the pictures. There we go, right there. So this is your picture, your gallery, and it's kind of organized around. If you have your social networks connected, it will bring in Facebook, Picasa, things of that nature. You can use the hover feature to hover over like that to see what's in each one of the folders. And you go tap into it here, and you can see what each one is. The nice thing about it is I have the swipe motion on, so if I go like this, it will just kind of follow around, as you can see there. Going through all of them. Go through all the pictures and things like that, video as well too. Swipe, you know, just go and swipe through it just like that. Pretty cool. And it also gives you a little bit of information about it if you have the GPS turned on with it. And you have the same, let's see here, pictures in here, and you still have the same zoom in, pinch to zoom features. So you rotate it around like that. You can see there, pretty nice. You can do swipe the normal way, and that's still actually a feature actually still works in landscape mode as well too. Pretty nice. So that's pretty much some of the gallery features there. And also another thing you can do when you take a picture, let me see if we can do it in here. We'll actually go to the camera itself. Now there's a lot of nice features here inside the camera, and I'll have it focus on something here. Maybe this is just this box here for now. Another product we'll be reviewing soon, which is this mobile light here, and you might be seeing some waves inside of it. It's not actually happening, it's my camera, and it's just because the frames per second is a little off sync from how my camera's recording. But what you can see inside of here, which is pretty cool, is the is sort of some of the settings that they have inside of it that they pretty much brought over from the Galaxy camera. Even the layout is pretty much from the Galaxy camera. One of the cool voice features you can do is you can go smile, smile, boom. Took the picture just like that. Now when it takes the picture, we can actually go back into here, and we can actually do a cool thing. If I can add it, you go to hit menu, you can actually add note on the back of the image. So you can add like a cool little note, or you know, erase it or do whatever you want to do with it on the back here, and you can position where you put it and such as well too. It's pretty cool. So it's kind of like how you used to do photos back in the day. You write a little something on the back of it and you hit checkbox there, and it'll save it. So every time you go through it in the gallery, you see the little icon there at the top. You touch that, and it shows what's on the back and such there. Thought that was pretty cool. But let's go back into the camera just a little bit here. Quickly show you some of the features. You do have the different modes, options to choose from: auto, beauty face, best photo, best face, sound and shot, drama, animated photo, rich tone HDR, eraser, panorama, sport, night. So many different options. And even with up within here, you do have the different camera modes and share settings that you can choose from. I'll actually go back one. Actually we'll go back. Open up the settings, show you the settings, laid it out a little bit differently. You can turn on your anti-shake, ISOs, metering. They really give you the power of pretty much a standard digital camera inside this software here. Your video size, your GPS tagging, your volume key. You can actually basically get yourself back a physical camera key by turning that feature on with the volume key. So if I hit the volume key, it takes a picture. So that's nice for those that want the physical button there. You have the dual screen mode here, the dual shot mode here. So if I hit that and I want to be in the picture with this, you can see right there. And all you have to do is say, you can either just tap the picture or be like capture. Boom, done. Captures the picture. And you can see that I'm added there with it. And you can change that little icon there as well too. Bring it up here as you want to, fisheye, split, however you want it to be. So that's just a quick look at the camera. We're gonna get deeper into the camera software in pretty much a separate video. I don't want to spend too much time on it because we're spending a lot of time already on pretty much going through all the software features in this phone, which there just are so many. And there's so many that I haven't been even able to show you just yet that we'll probably do some separate videos on. But let's take a look at what we have here to show you. Showed you S Health real quickly. Some of the widget features, you know, creating folders, things of that nature. The notification here at the top. I think we've gone over pretty much all the basic stuff, or pretty much all the primary stuff inside the Samsung Galaxy S4 with TouchWiz. So there's a lot of great features and a lot of things in here. But the nice thing that Samsung does is that the phone is still laid out in a very basic way, which is pretty cool. It still allows you to sort of navigate and use the phone and sort of discover the features as you need them or as you want them, and turn them on or off as you sort of go along here. So I really do like the fact that how they've laid it out and how they've done it. And they've definitely done a great improvement over the previous versions of it. Now, speaking of sort of starter mode here, and we can actually bring that up. That's one of the ones I actually wanted to show you, which is if you have a family member or somebody that isn't the most tech savvy, you want to make it a little bit easier for them, they actually have a different mode here from standard and easy. Hit easy. This is on our other Galaxy devices as well too. So if you hit standard mode, so the nice thing is if you do turn this on, your previous mode is saved. Hit OK. There's a little switch out here. It makes the phone very, very basic for those that are looking for something very simple and much more to the old smartphone days. But obviously that's not me, but we'll go ahead and hit the multitask button, which is obviously something I should have showed you here. You hold the button down, basically hold the home button down, brings up your multitask, swipe the different applications, a way to close them out. You go in here, right into your task manager, shows you your RAM, active applications, downloads, and your storage at a very quick glance. Bring it back like that. You can go to here, brings you to Google Now. Bring that out, and you can hit that button and access all the applications. Let's actually bring this out of easy mode here, because we're not the type that likes to use easy mode. We want to use standard mode there. All right, bring it back here. And there we go. And that's pretty much a lot of the features in the TouchWiz. And every time I try to end the video, I'm thinking of something else. Another thing I can show you here is on the lock screen itself. Let's bring this back up. You can actually drag this down here like that. You can actually customize what this says. So I have it set to BWOne.com, but if you want to change it or change different fonts, something different there, colors, text, all those sorts of things, hit save. Shows up right there as well too. Go back to unlocking the phone just like that. So many different things inside the Galaxy camera, Galaxy S4 here that they've done a very good job with it. And definitely, if you guys have any questions about any particular piece of software that I haven't shown you, a particular feature, please let me know. I know this was a long video. This is probably roughly around 27, 28 minutes of me talking about this, but I really wanted to go in depth with you on this and really give you guys a really good view of it. So that is TouchWiz on the Samsung Galaxy S4. This is Bowman here from BWOne.com, reminding you to connect to all our social networks. The link is in the description. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page here. It's free and you get all the latest videos. And always remember to live your tech world in high definition.